Welcome back to the Education Forum. I'm Jeff Conklin here with Greg Blaylock. We'd like to welcome our next guest, Luisa Ramirez, who is currently with the studio in a new role, and we're going to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
So what is your new role here?
I'm the manager here at the studio, and I organize a lot of the shows and contact people that need to come on. Just organizing and helping out the best way I can.
Do these guys need organizing?
You know, I'm the only girl in here,
Yes.
So yes, they do need a lot of organizing.
I believe that.
Keep them in check.
How did you get connected with the studio?
Met Dr. Baltimore. He needed a graduate assistant, and I had just joined the program, the MPA program here on campus.
Okay.
And it just worked out. I was looking for a graduate assistant position, and he needed somebody, so.
Okay, so you weren't necessarily looking to get into broadcasting per se, but you ended up here.
Exactly.
Right.
So you're an MPA student?
Right.
Okay, and you just started this fall?
I started summer.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So I took one class summer, and then last fall took most of the classes, and now this semester.
So if I could ask, where are you from?
I'm originally from Brazil, born
Okay.
and raised. I moved here about 10 years ago.
Oh,
well, to
okay.
Florida. Went to University of Florida. Can't say that around here, but go Gators. And worked for a couple of companies. So I moved to Arizona, Georgia, New York, Virginia, and now I'm back in school.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And what was your major as an undergraduate?
Microbiology.
Microbiology, and now you're MPA.
Correct.
Do they fit together?
I'm in the health track.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just have a lot of interest in the studio and filming. So it's a hobby.
Oh,
we would say.
okay.
So when you finish your program here, do you plan on staying in Georgia or going somewhere else?
I'm planning on relocating to DC.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And do what?
I really want to work with vaccine development
Okay.
with the NIH or the FDA.
Okay. All right. And so that's something now, from what I understand, you at one time were looking at traveling worldwide.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
My major is in microbiology. After I graduated, I worked with HIV vaccine for a while, and I wanted to move to Africa, Tanzania, and work with HIV positive children. So picked up on a little bit on Swahili, but you know, life takes you all kinds of ways,
Sure.
and here
Sure.
we are.
And you speak several languages, from what I understand,
I speak
right?
4 languages fluently, working on my 5th.
Working on your so that's sort of a side hobby. It sounds
Yes,
like,
another one of my interests.
So how did you get to Columbus, Georgia?
My husband's in the military.
Okay.
He's currently deployed, and his unit left from here, so we had to relocate here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that worked out very well.
Yes, yes.
So you were telling us before we started filming that you have never been on this side of the camera.
No, I always work on the other side.
Okay.
We're scheduling people in and contacting everyone. So this is my first time. I'm actually a little bit nervous, if you guys can't tell.
We can't tell at all. Are you going to do your own show?
I'm thinking about having a show. We're still working on the title, but it's going to be about Columbus. People that come to Columbus stay, or you know, there are bigger companies here like Aflac. So there's a lot of people that come from out of town and don't really know anything about Columbus. All I knew was I'm going somewhere on the border of Georgia and Alabama, and it sounded awful, to be honest.
Where is this place?
Where
right?
is this place?
Okay.
And I actually love it here. Fell in love with Columbus, so I would like to let people know how great this town is. So there's a little show. We're thinking about maybe Columbus 101.
Okay.
And we're going to go to a few shops and a few hotels, a few restaurants, some tourism, and just show a little bit, broadcast Columbus and let people know how great it is.
Well, that's super. When can we see this show? When will this come out?
We are planning on starting soon. Hopefully in the next month we'll have a couple of shows out there.
Great.
Now
So-
with the new TV.
Now, is this something you're doing just with Columbus State, or is the city or mayor at all involved with this?
We're mainly out of here, but you know, it is all over Columbus, and so we'll see where this goes.
I can see how something like that would be really useful, especially with the military that we have here, the military families coming in and knowing nothing about the schools or things to do with kids or things to do for adults. And
we're starting small, but that's a good way to, you know, take it geared towards that.
Well, and I don't even think visitors or transplants. I think even the people that are here. You were mentioning that the other day yourself.
Sure, absolutely. So, that's one show that it's in the works. What else is in the works?
There are a couple of other shows. We have the Africa show that's about to start.
Africa show. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the studio we have 2 guys. one from Kenya and one from Tanzania. And they are going to start their Africa show and talking about misconceptions about Africa.
Excellent.
And how a lot of people think it's just one country, but there are many countries. So they're going to talk about food, culture. We also have the O Show, which is coming up.
The O Show?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's Oprah Winfrey-based show? Or?
No, that's one of our guys here, Omo. He's going to run that show, and it's just a controversial show. We don't know what's going to happen. We just want people to stay tuned onto it because anything can happen in that show. And that's what we're worried about that one. Some of the administrators are worried about that one.
Well, you know, we'll have to see where that one goes.
Yes.
So how do you think your work here in the studio will help you in your career?
I've been doing a lot of management here.
Okay.
And with the MPA, you know, Masters in Public Administration, you deal with a lot of people and a lot of PR, a lot of contacting here and there. And this has just been great for me.
Good.
Grow professionally, and I know I'm going to use it in the future.
And it certainly won't hurt once you're on TV on a regular basis. That's, you know.
Thank you.
Right. So what are some? So you're in the MPA program.
Right.
What are? There's several students that work within the studio. What are some of the programs of those students are coming from? Education programs.
So we have a couple communication.
Okay. Which sort of makes sense, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we have a lot of the arts. You know, anybody that's interested in the lighting, video. We also have computer people that would like to be here. There's a lot of editing, workshop stuff that could be done. So any field, look at me, I'm health field.
Yes,
so,
yes. So,
you know,
it's
we
open.
can find a place for you if you want to be in this TV.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Well, and just between the three of us, who in the studio is the least qualified to be working?
Me,
in the studio?
probably.
Oh, okay. Oh, we
Let's
won't-
not tell that to my
We
boss.
won't let the director know that at all.
No.
Now, are you working with the other studios on campus or primarily with this one?
I work primarily with this one, but
Okay.
we do interchange a lot. One of our tech persons here, he also goes back and forth, and he collects a lot of information from the other studios' videos, and we're going to try to somehow connect them all and have everything running on cable, because we do like to show what's on the art studio. There's a lot going on there, and with the sports that we're trying to combine everything. So we're trying to get everything connected, but I'm mainly on the main studio.
Okay, okay.
And Dr. Baltimore talked in our last segment a little bit about the expansion of the studio in Columbus State sports program. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Well, there are a couple of rules by the NCAA where we can't show all the games that are broadcast.
Really?
And we're trying to work on that to maybe show some of these games on cable, since CSU TV is going to be on cable. So we're trying to see what else we can provide for our viewers. I mean, everybody's interested in sports.
Yes, oh, very much so.
Yeah.
That's usually, you know, a lot of
Yeah.
programming that way. Talking about you, we happen to hear that you have some hobbies, such as costume design.
I love costume. Don't give me a reason to make a costume, because I love it. Last Halloween, I was a beer can, and the studio loved the idea. So we all pitched in, and we designed my beer costume. I'm going to participate in a 5K color run, so I already have all this colorful tutu, flu stuff. Yeah, I love creating things.
Okay, okay. Well, so are we going to be in costume next time? Or is
We should probably do a show in costume. I would love that.
You know who? In all seriousness, you should meet Dr. Rick Gardner.
Yes, yes.
Does he like making costumes?
He's
Oh,
a
he
history.
wears 'em.
He likes wearing it. He's a history
does.
professor here. He's been on the show before.
He can be my buddy.
One of the things
Oh,
he does is he does period history, and so where he'll have his students dress up in certain periods
I would
throughout history,
absolutely
and
love
they'll
that.
reenact.
Oh, that'd be a great connection.
Absolutely.
It
would
really
love
would,
it.
because when we
He
had him
collects
on, he was in
costumes.
costume. I mean, we started out, and then he went into costume.
What a better
and-
way to meet somebody than
That's
if
right.
they're wearing costumes.
Yeah, that's right.
you know?
That'd be excellent.
Icebreaker right there.
He collects them and everything.
Now, how
Yeah.
long have you been doing that? Making
costumes?
costumes? Yes.
As far back as I can remember. My mom said that when I was little, I would always just want to wear a costume. She couldn't get me in regular clothes. So I
Really?
would always go to school, go to wherever with her wearing costumes.
So this
And were
is a costume?
This is a costume
Okay.
today, too.
They were all beer costumes, or
Yeah, as a child.
that's just the
kinds.
latest one.
Yeah.
Right. So, what's the costume you're most proud of that you've? made over the years? Like the shining
I
example.
was Avatar one year, so I painted my whole body blue.
Wow, that's
so I guess that's not
Wow.
really a lot of fabric, but I am proud of that because it took a long time. Yes.
All right. All
yes.
right. Good. Interestingly enough, Jeff did that a couple years ago.
Oh.
But,
We could have taken over the world.
That's right. Well, we should have at that
we've
point.
just about all recovered from it, so that's good news.
So what's next? What are you going to do next?
I'm trying to graduate in a year.
Okay.
So hopefully summer will be my last semester here, and I'm planning on moving to DC.
Jeez,
I don't
you
want
just
to leave
started.
anybody. I know, I'm so sad. But I plan on moving to DC and
Okay.
working with the NIH or the FDA
Wonderful.
with vaccine regulation.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on the
Thank
show
you
to
very
do.
much. I
And
appreciate
you know,
it.
we'll definitely want to have you back on
Thank
as
you.
you get a little more experience here in the studio.
Thank you for making me nervous on this side of the camera.
Well, hey,
this
it's
time.
something we all like to share.
There you go.
And this is Education Forum. We'll be back right after this.